Hello you, it's Josh here, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of Trailaway Bay. Today we are back once again building in an absolutely huge episode. Now I say that because today I've recorded a whole 9 hours of footage for this video. Now you're not actually going to see about half of that footage because I've cut it out because it's quite boring and basically we're doing a lot of repetitive stuff today. Which is why I've cut a lot of it out, so only you guys see the actually exciting and not repetitive stuff. But speaking of lights, as you can see, we've now got a lovely light design and we're doing a bit of a bench design right here as well. Now, I also designed a bin, but I'm not going to be including that right here, seeing as we don't actually build any bins, and I don't think I'm actually going to use that design. I'm not sure, honestly, yet. We also don't build any benches in today's episode because I was kind of sick of building repetitive things, but, you know, I still wanted to keep that there because I quite like the design and we'll probably use it in the future. Whereas the bin, I think I'm probably going to redesign because I'm not a huge fan of it. Anyway, we're going to get all these lights all over the place right here. Now, luckily for you guys, I'm not actually going to make you watch me place all of these lamps because I spent literally maybe 3 hours placing lamps right here. But as you can see, we've got just some of them in there, and then it's just magically appeared. Loads of them just magically appeared. How wonderful. And now here you can see that we're going to design just another light right here with just one single lantern instead of 3, just so it's a little bit less grand for the less main streets, you know. Obviously, we've got the 2 main streets. We've got one at the back and one at the front, but, you know, I really feel like the other streets don't need these massive lights, so I designed some slightly smaller ones. Okay, so now we're getting on with the key walls right here, or sea walls, or whatever you want to call them right here. Now, these took for absolutely ever because I wanted to do a custom brick texture, and, well, as you can see, we did do a custom brick texture. It just took forever. Now, I ended up actually using coins right here instead of doing, like, custom bricks with primitives or something, just because I feel like I may have just died at that point. You know, there's a lot of bricks right here. There's probably over 1,000 bricks right here that I'd have to place one by one using primitives, maybe even using more than one primitive per brick, so I didn't really fancy doing that. So instead, we're just going to use some coins right here, and I think it looks quite nice. So let's get on with that fence across here, because of course it's great having a seawall, but if people fall off of it, well, it's not so brilliant. So I've done a fence that's very similar to every single design fence that you see at these sort of seaside areas. I don't know what it is, I don't know why they're all the exact same, but in the UK, this fence right here is basically what every single place has. Sure, it might not be black like this, it might be, you know, a dark blue, a dark green, something like that, but I swear every single place I've been to by the seaside in the UK has these exact same fences. So I don't know why that is. If anybody knows, comment down below, I suppose. But we've got these fences right here. I quite like how they look. And now we're going to actually get on with these staircases right here on either side. Now, this one on the left isn't all the way at the edge of the plot because we're actually going to have a bit of a plaza sort of seating area that'll pop out, which we'll do in just a minute. But first, let's actually just get all these stairs in right here. This took for absolutely ever. Do I regret doing this detailed of a key wall? Absolutely. Now, this is very similar to Blackpool outside the Pleasure Beach. There is like this sort of raised thing that goes all the way along. Obviously, it's a lot bigger, but I don't have the space to include something like that. But behind the tram tracks, they have this like raised area, so I wanted to kind of do something very similar right here. Because of course, this park is very much inspired by Blackpool, even if it isn't a recreation of Blackpool, of course. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna let you enjoy some music for a minute or so right here, and I'll see you when we get on with the houses.
Flying like a cannonball, yeah. What if I'm just concealing that I'm waiting for a star to fall? Won't you do me a favor? Won't you hit me up, baby? All this time I'm looking at my telephone, cause I'm thinking of your hands and the way you make them dance on me, on me. Make a wish, take your pick, let me out before I sleep. Take your pick, hey. Dynamite, you just blew my mind right now, right now. One more night, baby, come and show me how, show me how. Yeah, you just blew my mind right now. a plane before it's taking off.
And now on to the main part of this video that you've probably all been waiting for, let's be honest. We're gonna get working on some houses over here, and now when I tell you that these took forever, these took forever. This first house right here took 1 hour and 40 minutes alone. Now keep in mind, I did have to actually design the house, and there's a lot of parts cut out where I'm just sat working out what the hell I'm doing. But even when I was actually just recreating this house, putting different colors and stuff like that, these still took an hour to make because they are so detailed. I mean, I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but I quite like how these came out, and they are really detailed buildings. And I mean, they just look really British. I mean, loads of people have been saying they look really British. So I'm really happy about that, honestly. I really love how these came out. They're some of like the best buildings I've probably ever done in the game, which is what I'm hoping to do for this park. Something that I forgot to mention in the last video, but I am going to quickly mention right here, is that I want your shop names. Obviously, there's going to be a bunch of shops along here and a bunch of houses, so if you've got any names for shops, please let me know down below. And I'd also just like to point out that all of the lovely members who are supporting my channel also will get a house named after them. So it will be your YouTube name and then residence, so the YouTube name residence. So if you've not already, become a member. It's only 99p or $1.30, and you can actually get a house named after you, which would be pretty cool if you ask me. But no, I really like how these came out, but I am just going to let you guys enjoy a bit of music, and I'll see you all when we get on to a really interesting part of this video.
Make a wish, take your pick. Let me out before I slip. Take your pick, take your pick. Make a wish, take your pick. Let me out before I slip. Take your pick, take your pick.
Alright, so you may have seen it in the cinematics at the start. Yes, we have a 𝗵𝗫𝘁 𝗪𝗪𝘁. So basically, I was building this on a live stream, and 𝗪𝗪𝘁 or John Wardley, as you may know him in the community, suggested that I should build a 𝗵𝗫𝘁 𝗪𝗪𝘁. And although it doesn't fit in, I thought, you know, I've got to include it here. I'd be wrong to, wouldn't I? So yes, here we are. We've got a 𝗵𝗫𝘁 𝗪𝗪𝘁. Alright guys, so here we are in front of these houses. Now, as you'll have seen in the time lapse, this took an absolute age to do. I don't say this lightly that this took forever to make, but I'm really happy with how this all turned out, honestly, and it's probably one of my favorite things that I've ever built in the game. So obviously the first thing that we've done in today's video is this massive seawall going all the way along here, and honestly I'm really happy with how this turned out. Now this might get replaced at some point because of course this is supposed to be more of an older seawall. I kind of wanted to model this off of Blackpool's original seawall before they got the new one, but no, I really like how this came out, especially this point right here. I was really worried about this, but I think it has actually not looked too bad, you know. Anyway, if we actually head up here, of course we've now got this entire area up here now. I did actually add some lights in. I don't think that was in the time lapse, but I did add some lights in. And next episode I think we might add some benches in, some bushes, and just some general things around this area, because of course right now the streets are looking a little bit empty, but I have done that on purpose because of course eventually the theme park is going to go all the way around here. I have also not finished the lights on these roads yet. Don't worry about that, I just haven't got around to it. I'll do that off camera, because obviously it's not a very exciting thing to do with the lights on camera, is it? So you know. But anyway, if we actually head up here, you can see we've got these buildings. Now I just want to appreciate how many fucking primitives there are in these buildings. I do not say this lightly that this is one of the most difficult buildings I think I've ever made in the game. But I mean, if you ask me, it was totally worth it, because I mean, just look at the amount of detail, guys. Just how this windowsill slants like this, and you got the window frames. I just really love how this looks. I've actually got a bit of a question for you guys right here, because I haven't put glass in these right now, but should I? I don't know if I'll be able to because of the item limit, but I've just left it out right now because honestly, it's just black anyway, so I don't think it really changes much. But let me know down in the comments, and maybe I'll add that. And then of course we've got the great, the wonderful, the 𝗵𝗵𝘁 Now if you don't know what the 𝗵𝗵𝘁 meme is, well, I don't know what to tell you honestly, guys. But stuff to do for next episode, we need to work on all of these driveways for all of these, of course, and we actually need to finish a bunch more houses. Hopefully in the next episode we're going to get all of this road done here, and maybe some of this road down here as well. But let's put it this way, it should be more than 2 more episodes before we actually get into the park. Like I was saying before, there's going to be some signs on every single door that says the thingy residence, depending on your name, of course. So become a member, you know. I think it's a brilliant idea. I mean, here they all are on the screen right now. That was a wonderful segue, wasn't it? And except from that, guys, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and why not watch the video up on screen. But as always, guys, I hope you all have an absolutely amazing day, and I'll see you all in another video. Goodbye!